This is EBC Sports International. This week's stories: Hockey Hall of Fame honor class of 2018 inductees. New York Red Bulls advance to MLS Eastern Conference Finals. Magnus Carlsen takes on Fabiano Caruana at the World Chess Championships. Team Russia overpowers Team Western Hockey League in CIBC Canada-Russia Series. NHL legends take the ice at Hager Hall of Fame Legends Classic. Plus, Daniel Cormier retains UFC heavyweight title. Hello everyone, I'm Rod De La Paz, bringing you sports news from around the globe. A legendary goalie, an undersized MVP, NHL's first black player, and the longest standing commissioner in professional sports are among the 6 inductees honored at this year's Hockey Hall of Fame. EBC Toronto correspondent Marco Zeruto reports. Take a look.
This weekend celebrates the Hockey Hall of Fame inductees of 2018. And what a class. Among those to be honored is the winningest goaltender in the history of hockey, the present and longest serving commissioner in the history of sports, and the very first black player to ever play in NHL history. Every year, the selection committee, comprised of 18 people, elect members in the following categories: the players and the builders referee category. With the NHL's rich history dating back to over 100 years, those enshrined into the Hall of Fame truly stand out as leaders of the game. Martin Brodeur, a 2-time Olympic champion, a 3-time Stanley Cup champion with the New Jersey Devils, a 4-time Vezina Trophy winner for Best Goalie, who holds numerous NHL and franchise records, including all-time wins, shutouts, and games played. Brodeur will be remembered as arguably one of the best goaltenders in hockey. In an age of big size, heavy hitting, clutching, and grabbing, the 5'8" Martin St. Louis found a way to excel in the NHL. Though offensively skilled, St. Louis was undrafted, being overlooked by every NHL team. Those hindrances only became motivators in every level to prove doubters wrong. St. Louis spent most of his career with the Tampa Bay Lightning, where he won numerous awards, which included 2 Art Ross trophies, 3 Lady Bings, an MVP in the 03-04 season, a Stanley Cup in the same year, and in 2014, an Olympic gold medal. Willie O'Ree is often referred to as the Jackie Robinson of hockey. Being the first black player to play in the NHL, though his tenure in the NHL was short, he would go on playing for another 18 years, inspiring others to play hockey. Gary Bettman is currently the longest-serving commissioner in professional sports, having held his mantle of top hockey executive since 1993. Bettman has helped the NHL grow all over North America, adding 7 teams to the now present 31-team league, and guiding the league in the business model, turning what was once a $3 million league to a league generating over $4 billion today. We asked Bettman about how he felt about expanding the game globally and the state of the NHL in general.
We have a global game. We want to continue to encourage the growth of the game and of world-class hockey players, because 25% of our players come from outside of North America, and we're going to continue to work hard to provide more access to the game for more people at all levels. We have the world's best athletes playing the world's best game, and it is as entertaining and as competitive as it's ever been, and what we get to see every night is simply extraordinary.
Jana Hefford, a champion of champions in women's hockey and the current commissioner of the Women's Hockey League, as well as Alexander Yakushev, a star player for Team Russia during the famous 1972 Summit Series against Canada, were also inducted to the Hockey Hall of Fame. With the Hockey Hall of Fame celebrations going on throughout the entire weekend here in what some call the center of the hockey universe, Hockey fans, hockey players, and Hall of Famers can all look back at the rich history of the sport, especially through the inductees of 2018. Live from the Hockey Hall of Fame here in Toronto, Canada, this is Marco Zerudo for EBC News.
Thanks, Marco. The New York Red Bulls advances to the MLS Eastern Conference Finals, beating Columbus Crew SC on Sunday. EBC New York correspondent Des Anderson reports from Red Bulls Arena. Take a look.
Tonight it's leg 2 of the MLS Eastern Conference semi-final. New York Red Bulls versus Columbus Crew. It was Columbus Crew that came up top in the first match, a 1-0 home victory thanks to a Giassi Zardes goal.
Scoring for the Red Bulls kicked off in the 17th minute with a shot by Aaron Long, this year's MLS Defender of the Year award recipient. The shot was set up by a header from teammate Daniel Royer before a seemingly stunned Columbus defence. Much of the match would remain silent in scoring until Royer would make the series-winning goal in the 73rd minute of play, immediately followed by another goal in the 76th. Columbus would not give up easily, however, with several on-target shots in the last 10 minutes of play, including a near goal off the crossbar in the 90th minute by forward Patrick Mullins. Red Bulls head coach Chris Armas discussed the adjustments they needed to make to defeat a very tough Columbus Crew team.
You know, on the road it's hard, in our league. And Columbus on the year, 11 wins at home, they're tough at home. So that in itself makes it tough. That's a big difference, the starting point. But tactically, we pushed Tyler higher up the field. When Will Trapp and Artur, those guys, they're not just good on the ball, they're the outlet all the time for how they break pressure, break our pressure, and we said, we can't let it happen again, but how can we address, up the field, being aggressive, and not get sliced through. So some of it was to really address how we would, control spaces, and this game we did a much better job of that. But by pushing Tyler higher, along with Kaku, and pressing the way we did, I thought was a big difference.
Forward Bradley Wright Phillips had nothing but praise for the way his team came together on every level.
We had a job to do, we know we're good at home, and today I think I couldn't pick out a bad play. I think everyone played well. We learned from our mistakes last week. We looked dangerous on the attack. Defense was had it been all season, I think there's not a bad word to say.
With a 3-0 victory, Red Bulls will be in the conference final. They will meet Atlanta for a chance of making it all the way to MLS Cup final for only the second time in New York Red Bulls history. Reporting live from Harrison, New Jersey on a very cold evening, this is Des Anderson and I am 1 with 25.
Thanks, Des. Up next, Magnus Carlsen takes on Fabiano Caruana at the World Chess Championship in London. And Team Russia overpowers Team Western Hockey League in Game 2 of the CIBC Russia-Canada Series. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is EBC Sports International. Three-time defending champion Norway's Magnus Carlsen takes on U.S. challenger Fabiano Caruana at the World Chess Championships in London.
American actor Woody Harrelson made the first ceremonial move between the two competitors. The 27-year-old Carlsen is seeking to become the greatest champion in history, while the 26-year-old Caruana is the first American since the legendary Bobby Fischer to compete for the world title. Both will battle for 12 rounds until a champion is crowned on November 26th.
Team Russia beat Team Western Hockey League in Game 2 of the CIBC Canada-Russia Series. EBC Vancouver correspondent Anthony Sevilla reports from the Langley Event Center. Take a look.
It's the second game of the 16th annual CIBC Canada-Russia Series, where the Russian junior national team faces off against all three of the major junior ice hockey leagues in the Canadian Hockey League. Team Russia fell short to the Western Hockey League 2-1 in the opening game in Kamloops, British Columbia last Monday. However, in Game 2, Team Russia, led by Bulat Shafagulin, scored the game-winning goal to beat Team WHL 3-1. Team WHL dominated most of the first period, as Ty Smith got the first goal of the game from midway through. However, Russia caught a break near the end of the period and tied up the game 1-1. After a scoreless second period, Team Russia momentum shifted in the third, adding a power play goal and an empty net goal to steal the win. Strong goaltending from Peter Kochikov for Team Russia played a big part in the victory, who had a game-high 33 saves. Head coach for Team WHL Tim Hunter expressed his thoughts on the game and the task ahead of the selection process for Team Canada at the World Juniors.
It was a good first period, but I think we ran out of gas a little bit tonight. A lot of guys playing 4 games in 5 nights, and they pushed the pace. A fast team. It's probably the fastest most of the guys in WHL have played this season. We have a great group of players to select from in Canada, and you want competition at positions, and you want lots of players that you have to make a decision on, and that's what we get paid for, is to make those tough decisions, and that's why it's not just me making the decisions. There's lots of guys in on it.
Several players from Team WHL and Team Russia give their thoughts on this experience and the potential to play at the upcoming World Junior Championships in Vancouver in 2019.
It's unbelievable, obviously, getting this opportunity. You want to be a part of this, and you come here and try and take as much from it as you can. And I think getting to know the guys and the coaching staff, stuff like that, I think that's going to be super important for the rest of the year. That would be huge. Obviously, growing up as a kid, you watch World Juniors at Christmas every year. So hopefully, getting that opportunity, that would be very good for your confidence, and it would be an unbelievable experience.
Obviously, it wasn't the result we wanted, but you know what happens. It's sport. Someone's going to have to win and lose. And yeah, going back on it, I think the team played well in front of me and really helped me out there. Yeah, obviously, this is a good stepping stone for me. It's my first time doing international competition, and obviously, it's a really good confidence builder.
We play a pretty good game. First period was a little struggling, but then we get better, learning our mistakes, and scoring the power play. Then everyone feel it's like our game, so we play really good. I think I don't really think about it, but I think I show some things, some really good things, and I proved that I deserve to play in World Junior this year. And mostly I don't think about it. I mostly think about the game results and our team.
Team Russia will leave the West Coast 1-1, where they will finish the series out east to take on the Ontario Hockey League. Reporting from Canada-Russia series at the Langley Event Center, I'm Anthony Sevilla, and I'm 1 with 25.
Thanks, Anthony. Coming up, NHL legends take the ice at the Hager Hall of Fame Legends Classic, and Daniel Cormier retains UFC heavyweight title. That's next. EBC Sports International will return in a moment. And we're back. This is EBC Sports International. I am Rod De La Paz. Eric Lindros, Scott Stevens, and several NHL legends take the ice at the annual Hager Hall of Fame Legends Classic at Scotiabank Arena. Here again is EBC Toronto correspondent Marco Zerudo. Take a look.
We're here at the Scotiabank Arena, where Hockey Hall of Fame legends are taking part in the Hall of Fame Classic, giving fans of all ages memories that they won't soon forget. Now, we have legends from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and even the early 2000s, where they're showcasing their skill, their friendly competition, but most importantly, their love and their passion for the game. Every year, the induction weekend is an event that celebrates the love of hockey, with those newly inducted in the Hockey Hall of Fame kicking off the celebrations with their introduction on Friday, and then their actual induction into the hall on Monday, and the always popular Hockey Legends Classic hockey game played in between on the Sunday, which showcases some of the greats of the past. With this year having stars like Scott Stevens, Eric Lindros, Glenn Anderson, and local favorite Wendell Clark all taking part, fans are all smiles as they see star after star skating across the ice here at Scotiabank Arena. No matter the final score, the real winner here today is hockey, as it showcases its rich history. Throughout the entire weekend, the Hockey Hall of Fame Classic is showcasing that whether you're a player or a fan, what unites everyone is the love and the passion of the sport. Live from Scotiabank Arena at the Hockey Hall of Fame Classic, this is Marco Zerudo for EBC News.
Thanks again, Marco. UFC returned to Madison Square Garden last November 3rd as Daniel Cormier retained his heavyweight title with a second-round submission over Derek Lewis. Here's EBC New Jersey correspondent Norman Castro with more on the event's most anticipated fight. Take a look.
We are here at Madison Square Garden in the heart of New York City for the return of the UFC. UFC 230 will feature two-division champion Daniel Cormier defending his title against fan favorite and always deadly Derek Lewis. Former middleweight champion Chris Weidman looks to continue his climb up the standings against an always dangerous Jacare Souza. Let's hope for some exciting fights in the night to come.
In the co-main event, we saw two top 5 contenders in Chris Weidman and Jacare Souza duke it out to see who will remain as middleweight contenders. The first 2 rounds showed Weidman's improved stand-up and distance control, leaving Souza baffled for answers. However, in the 3rd round, he was able to close the distance and use his hard-hitting power to knock out Weidman with 2 minutes and 14 left in the 3rd round. A slight controversy though, as it seemed as a late stoppage. Jacare wants a title shot and he thinks his resume befits one.
100% better shot. I deserve that chance.
I believe after this fight, I got the inclination to go for it and fight for the title shot. I have close chances before, but now it's clear the chance is in front of me.
In the main event, Daniel Cormier looked to defend his heavyweight title against number 2 ranked Derek Lewis. In the first round, there was some feeling out phase, but Cormier knew to take advantage of Lewis's lack of wrestling pedigree. While Lewis survived the first round, seemingly pacing himself for the 5-round fight ahead of him, he had no answers for the chain wrestling of Cormier. Cormier finished the fight on the back of Lewis to finish with a rear naked choke to retain his heavyweight title and to be the first person to defend 2 titles in 2 different weight classes.
With so many amazing fights, the UFC once again showed why it is the premier promotion when it comes to mixed martial arts. Stay tuned to EBC Sports for more on the UFC and mixed martial arts. I am Norman Castro, 1 with 25.
Thanks, Norman. That's all for EBC Sports International. Tune in next time as we bring you sports news from around the globe. I'm Rod Della Paz, 1 with 25.